Hilbert-Logic, Hilbert problems, Hilbert complete perfect logic, Hilbert-Huang logic, Hilbert-Huang algebra, 21st century Hilbert sixth problem. This is James Hilbert-Huang. I'm going to give a talk on Hilbert logic and Hilbert-Huang logic. This is only an introduction and a brief history of this subject. This talk will be ready for everyone to see online. I hope everyone who knows Boolean logic can understand my first talk on Hilbert logic. I will give a serious talk related to Hilbert logic after this video. This video has been prepared for a long time, but I have not satisfied with any version was done. Finally, I decided to give a temporary version online that will be modified from time to time in the future. Now I'm going to give a talk based on a temporary version of Hilbert logic and Hilbert-Huang logic in this video today. Hilbert logic is my discovery in 2005 through my many years working on Hilbert problems, especially on Hilbert's second problem and Hilbert's sixth problem. Hilbert problems are 23 well-known mathematical problems which were proposed by David Hilbert in 1900 in an international mathematical meeting. Of course, not all the Hilbert problems were originally proposed by him. David Hilbert is the one on the TV screen. But he made a good collection of mathematical problems in 1900 that shaped today contemporary mathematics. From 2005 to 2007, if you had searched Hilbert logic in Yahoo search or Google search or any other search, you would find nothing because no one used the term Hilbert logic in the recorded mathematics and science history before then. The first time the Hilbert logic was defined when I investigated the 21st century extended Hilbert sixth problem related to some popular research field today like bioinformatics, game theory, management science, software engineering, DNA-related science, machine learning, etc. on the following two papers. In these two papers, I was simply trying to make some preparation to build some axiomatic systems based on Hilbert logic. I do believe that any field of science is not mature enough unless it can be described mathematically. Actually, the original name of Hilbert logic was called Hilbert Complete Perfect Logic. In American Mathematics Society meeting in Miami on April 3, 2006, and also in San Francisco meeting on April 29, 2006, with the paper's title as follows. 1. Toward a complete and perfect Hilbert axiomatic logic system. 2. Programming in Hilbert's complete perfect logic. 3. Hilbert's second problem and uncertainty computing in Journal of Nantan Institute of Technology, as you can see on the video. From these three titles, you can see I am trying to find complete perfect logic for the foundation of all sciences. Currently, Boolean logic probably is the foundation for all sciences, but has many problems. For instance, Boolean logic has consistency problem, incompleteness problem, and application problems. However, Hilbert complete perfect logic can be much better to be foundation for all sciences. From 2006 to 2014, I have given many speeches related to Hilbert logic in the academic conferences and universities. Hilbert logic and Hilbert-Huang logic can be foundation for computer science and computer engineering. They also can be foundation for all sciences. I will tell you why video by video from my forthcoming videos on Hilbert logic. The following are frequently asked questions. What is Hilbert logic? What is Hilbert-Huang logic? Why do we need Hilbert logic? What are the differences between classic Boolean logic and contemporary Hilbert logic? How many types of Hilbert logic are there? Are they useful logic for applications? The answer of these questions can be found after I finish all my video talks on Hilbert logic. There are many different types of Hilbert logic. Hilbert logic can be two-valued logic, three-valued logic, multi-value logic as well. But we are only want to talk about two-valued Hilbert logic versus Boolean logic in this forthcoming video. After I have worked on David Hilbert's 23 problems for many years, and also have worked on computer science and engineering for many years, I realized that one of his central ideas is looking for the mathematical foundation for all sciences. When I was trying to work on the well-known Hilbert 23 problems, I would like to ask myself, what would David Hilbert answer the question, what is mathematics? The concept of mathematics would influence the solutions of each problem. In 1975, I asked the same question to one of the best mathematicians in human history, Professor Paul Erdős. What is mathematics? He answered to me right away, mathematics is to solve problems, and mathematics is to develop theories. I like his answer more and more every day. I have written a paper with Professor Erdish's idea of what is mathematics in the Journal of AIUC. This article can be downloaded freely with no charge in the following websites: aiuc.org and jaiuc.org, as you can view from the following video. Every mathematician can recognize mathematical problems with different point of view. What are mathematical problems? I define a mathematical problem is a problem which can be described mathematically. In the following paper, I define a science is any field if its technology can be described mathematically. Also, I classify mathematics into synthetic mathematics and semantic mathematics. Synthetic mathematics is what mathematicians like to call it as formal mathematics. Example of semantic mathematics is probability theory, statistics, measure theory, number theory, biomathematics, and so on, and any subfields of mathematics is a semantic mathematics. Therefore, mathematics is a type of science as well. Also, in the paper of Hilbert-Logic, mathematics, logic, and philosophical logic, I define mathematical logic to be which do not allow to commingle with logic with natural language. Philosophical logic is otherwise defined. A complete, perfect logic should at least satisfy the following conditions. Can be used for Hilbert-style deduction system. 2. Can construct sound and consistent logic system. 3. Can construct sound, consistent, and complete system. 4. Can be used to prove mathematical theories. 5. Can be used to verify science problems and theories. 6. Can be used to represent all science problems. 7. Can support parallel processing, concurrent processing, and so on. It is obvious Boolean logic cannot satisfy all of them, but Hilbert logic and Hilbert-Huang logic are able to do so because they are a type of synthetic mathematical logic in the theory, development, and any field of mature science built on top of it will turn out to be a complete and perfect science. I would like to emphasize here, Hilbert logic is a type of synthetic mathematical logic. Therefore, it should not be commingled with natural language. Natural language can only be used to describe and to explain logic, but not part of the logic. Gödel had made contribution to Hilbert's second problem, but he did not solve the Hilbert's second problem because his well-known first incomplete theorem is correct, but his proof based on liar paradox. Therefore, Gödel's contribution to Hilbert's second problem is similar to Russell's paradox to axiomatic set theory, as I told everyone online in 2006. Gödel's contribution to Hilbert's second problem is similar to Zeno's paradox to the discovery of the concept of limit in calculus. The concept of limit discovered by ancient Greeks. They influenced Gottfried Leibniz and Isaac Newton to discover the fundamental theorem of calculus. Calculus is very useful for all natural sciences. Professor Gödel's contribution to Hilbert's complete perfect logic. Kurt Gödel's best contribution to science is that he inspired me to discover fundamental theorems for Hilbert logic. My discovery of general incompleteness theorem and incompleteness theorem of mathematical theories. Kurt Gödel's first incompleteness theorem can be proved easily in my Hilbert complete perfect logic, but his strategy and proof can be considered as one of the best contributions to natural language processing. Professor Gödel is an excellent philosophical logician like Bertrand Russell. He is also a mathematical logician. He is also a mathematician. That's my opinion. The philosophical logic is still important for at least the following reasons. The first one, philosophical logic inspired many new breakthroughs in science. For instance, like calculus. Philosophical logic has made many mathematicians to improve their theories. For instance, like Russell's paradox. Do we know all the paradoxes? I do not dare to say I know all the paradoxes. That's why Kurt Gödel, Zeno's paradox, and Russell's paradox are good paradoxes to make new improvement in sciences. There's another reason. For real applications, we do commingle science with natural language. Even mathematical science. But not all of them. At least mathematical logic, like Hilbert logic, do not allow to commingle logic with natural language. Natural language only used to describe the logic. There's another reason. Many problems cannot be described mathematically. There are many problems cannot be described mathematically. That makes philosophical logician still very important. The philosophical logic does important still. To all the sciences approach in the right directions. I think usually philosophical logicians can do better on this sometimes. The research directions for Hilbert logic can be two-valued, three-valued, or multi-valued Hilbert logic. The research direction for two-valued Hilbert logic are more interesting. That can be A. Allowed to use transfinite induction and von Neumann's ordinal numbers. B. At most, mathematical induction is allowed. C. At most, finite set theory and finite algorithms are allowed. A can be foundation related to pure mathematics, and BC can be foundations for all sciences. This concludes today's talk. I will see you soon. See you in the next video on Hilbert logic.